A look there at a sold-out crowd that's been whipped into a frenzy. It's Game 3 of the National League Division Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci. And now here's a look at Joe Maddon's lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs. Steve, how do they go about keeping the series alive?
Well, I'll tell you what, this team has their ace on the mound, so it's probably not going to take a whole lot of offense to get a win for them.
Line towards center field. Revere is right there, one down. Jason Hayward will dig in here, and it's been a series to forget for him so far as you see the numbers there.
And with these guys just one game away from going home, he may not have too many more opportunities to turn things around. He's got to make every at-bat count from here on out.
Back goes Harper, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. The throw into second, and he will make it there with the first hit of Game 3. It's a double.
And for as quick as it took this starter to get the first out of the ball game, it took the same amount of time for him to work his way into trouble as the second pitch here gets turned around for 2 bases.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. And he'll make it to third here on what will likely be ruled a passed ball.
Yeah, and I don't know if their wires got crossed up there or what, but this is going to go as a passed ball as it moves the runner up to third now with just 1 out.
Gonzalez comes set. Here's the 1-0. Hit hard back up the middle. And the Cubs are going to strike first here. It's a base hit, and they have taken a 1-0 lead.
So smart here at the plate. You can see he's not trying to hit the ball out of the park. There are times for that, but here he's got a guy out there on third, so this is just a short, compact swing. Just looking to get that run home. He's able to get the job done.
Addison Russell will get a shot here, and he's looking to get off the schneid. Hitless in the series so far.
And he's an important guy to get going. If they're going to have any chance in this series, he really needs to start getting a little more involved.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1.
Well, it's so important to be able to strike first in a postseason game. Get that first run in, especially when you're the team playing on the road. Hopefully you can take a little life out of this big crowd.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got to be careful here with a run in already. You don't want to let one get away from you and lose the possibility of a double play.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Well, you can say one thing for sure. They are swinging it like they mean it. That's 3 hits already in the first inning, and this one goes for 2 bases. They're having no trouble at all seeing this guy so far.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. Hard hit ball to
That's
second.
going to drive 1 and
Only play is going to be to first, so score it as an RBI ground out as the lead moves to 2-0 now.
Yeah, and unless he was going on his own down there at third, they were using that contact play where you're told wherever and whenever the ball's hit, you're off and running. You're not even paying attention to what's going on. You've got to go. They love to play an aggressive style on the bases, and it gets them a run right there.
In is Jorge Soler. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
And we're going to see a lot more of this because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you off the plate if he has to.
To short. Espinosa's there. Throw on to first, and an important pitch there as they get out of the inning before things explode. So it's 2 runs on 3. Time now from our nation's capital to take a look at the Nats starting lineup. Steve, what's the focus for this lineup as they look to lock up the division series?
Well, hopefully with the wind blowing out, you're not going to see too many guys in that lineup with their eyes too big thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just going to hit it out there into that wind. Stay focused, but if you get something up in the zone, drill it.
Sends that one out of play for strike one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Takes a pitch high and away for ball one.
And these guys come into this game 3 riding high. Remember, they were the underdogs in this series. They're not supposed to be winning right now, but they went out and took both of the first 2 games on the road in that hostile environment. Jeez. Now you get to come home looking to finish the job here in style and move on to the next round.
At the plate, Anthony Rendon, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike one. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Yeah, I've seen a couple times with Dixon behind the plate where there was some disagreement on pitches up in the strike zone. Seems to be a polarizing spot for him sometimes, so we'll see if that comes into play.
And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now. And with 2 away now, we give you another glance at our up-to-the-minute playoff bracket. And here in this Game 3 of the division series, the big question is, will we see a sweep? Bryce Harper gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy
swing was that? Way late.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Nothing across here this half. Tommy La Stella makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again.
Oh my god. So fucking annoying. Jesus.
Lined back over second, and a base hit here to open up the second.
Yeah, the first inning was no picnic, and now he's already in trouble again here in the second. He hadn't looked all that sharp so far, and he's in danger of really putting his guys behind the 8 ball early.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that's through into center, so the first 2 have reached here to start the second.
And now after the 2-run first, you've got 2 on and nobody out here to start the second. Things are not off to the smoothest of starts, that's for sure.
Jason Hamill, the pitcher, digs into the box, so in a definite sacrifice situation here with 2 on and nobody out.
Yeah, definitely the traditional train of thought.
First pitch on its way. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And the throw will go to second as they get the force out.
Kind of lucky to get it out anywhere here. You see the off-balance throw to second base, and it doesn't have a whole lot of zip on it, but they do find a way to get that force.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Harper. He gets there, and that's the second out. And he'll make it in to score. It's a sac fly and an RBI, and it's now a 3-0 ball game.
Well, you'll see where he winds up making this catch. He goes all the way into the alley to pull it in. There was just no way he was going to be able to get enough on the throw to get him at the plate.
Here's Jason Hayward now. Chopped at the plate. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Leading off the inning, Ryan Zimmerman, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. Now a step off as they try to get on the same page. Hamill gets the sign. First pitch on its way. Oh, might not have been where he was hoping to put that pitch, but he somehow gets a swing on it anyway. Strike one.
Well, you got to figure that this guy's going to come out here free and easy here in the second. He's got a 3-run cushion already. No reason not to come right after these guys.
Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. Fastball called, strike three, and there's the first out of the inning.
Well, a little surprising you wouldn't pull the trigger on that one right there. This isn't anything fancy. Just a right over the top four-seam fastball. Absolutely frozen.
Here's Daniel Murphy now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
There to pull it in is Soler, and there are two away. Wilson Ramos gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with two gone in the bottom of the second. Into the windup and the pitch. In there, no balls and a strike.
0-1's the count.
2 out, nobody on. Skied into straightaway right. Soler is there. And the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. A look there at the Washington Monument, not far from Nationals Park, on a great day for baseball in D.C. Anthony Rizzo is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
High in the air and deep to left center field. Worth going back to the track, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And he will pull in here with a leadoff double.
Well, you knew he was going to be halfway to the cycle one way or the other. And I don't think he got quite all of that one, but he still gave it a pretty good ride. And he's going to pull into second with his second base hit, and this one's a double.
Let's go.
Here's Addison Russell, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Worth comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 1.
The second baseman.
Digging in to try it again, Ben Zobrist. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Harper is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down. And the tag's there. He's out at third base. It's a double play. And just like that, the inning is over. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Jason Worth will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, 9 to start the home third.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
0-1.
And that's cut on and missed. 0-1.
And I think he'll keep riding that pitch until these guys prove they can do something with it.
Now he lifts a high pop-up. Drifting into foul territory on the right side.
7 down.
And he's retired, 1 away.
Batting 8.
Digging in the switch hitter, Danny Espinoza, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Pulled toward right center field. Solaire's after it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Gio Gonzalez will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Wow, he is spotting that fastball on a dime here early on.
Hamill has his target. 0-2 on its way. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. And another foul ball.
Now they want to try hitting her.
Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Nationals gone in order.
Down.
They trail in this one 3-0. Jorge Soler is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
9 up, 9 down. We have 3 runs on 6 hits.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Gonzalez is ready. Here it is on 0-1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Got him.
Just take out for Gonzalez.
Tommy La Stella strides in after getting a base hit and later scoring the first time around. Hit hard up the middle, and that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
Now batting.
Stepping in, Miguel Montero. He singled his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
You know, these guys got to be feeling a little shell-shocked right now coming into Game 3. Almost like they don't even know what hit them. They were so good all year at home, and then to go out and lose the first 2 games of a 5-game series, now that's never a good sign. So I think you have to look at this game and be worried about guys pressing up there, trying to make up for those 2 losses in one at-bat, and that might make things worse.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. And he got him.
Well, this curveball, it just disappears at He thinks he's right on it at the plate. And look where it winds up. Completely out of the zone. And that's what you want as a pitcher. You want hitters to chase pitches that aren't strikes.
Stepping in now, Jason Hamill, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one.
Just too over-aggressive right now. They've got to dial this back a bit.
Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Drilled
Oh
right back
God,
up the
the
middle,
pitcher
and
got
it
it.
finds its way through for a base hit.
The pitcher got a hit.
Dexter Fowler gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, and you know you've got a good changeup when you can come out and throw it first pitch just like he did right there.
Grounded to third. Rendon is there, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cubs strand a couple, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Ben Revere will stand in to begin their half of the fourth, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ball. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Well, there's another first pitch strike right there, and you know he's gotten ahead of every single batter he's faced so far, and that's a big reason why he's getting these good results.
And a good throw gets him one gone.
The third baseman, number 6.
Riding into the box, Anthony Rendon. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, it's always a frustrating thing to go down looking, but you know what? Everybody does it. So you've got to let that one go and make the next AB count.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Sliders, strike 3 called, and that's a pitcher's pitch right there. 2 gone.
Not even the best players are immune to a bad call from time to time. I mean, to me, that's not a strike. And I think to him, that's not a strike either. But, hey, guy in blue, it's strike 3, and he's the only one that counts.
Here's Bryce Harper now, as he will swing at the first pitch and send a ground ball out to short. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Still down 3-0. Jason Hayward heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
The left fielder, number 22, Jason Hayward.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Yeah, he hit a good pitch there. This thing's toward the outside part of the plate, but he stays with it all the way. Uses the big part of the field and gets himself a base hit.
Anthony Rizzo will dig in. He doubled his last time.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
A couple of lefties start to get loose now in the bullpen. First offering on its way. Oh, double play ball to second. 4. 6-3, and they turn the double play.
4, 6,
Well, it only took him one
3,
pitch to get himself in trouble, and one pitch later, he's already out of trouble by getting that double play.
shit.
Addison Russell will come on now, and no sooner did it look like they may have something started than the double play took it all away.
And that's especially tough when you figure the part of the lineup they're in. These are the guys you want to have hitting with runners on base.
Just gets a piece of it, strike one. 3 runs, 9 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Gonzalez looks in. Here's the 0-2. 0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2.
Even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. Ready on 1-2. And oh, look out! Up and in and nearly took his head off.
He did not like that one bit. Now, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Got him swinging, and that
Should
will
not
end
have
the
swinged
inning.
that one.
Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. They lead it 3-0.
No hits.
Ryan Zimmerman will stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason, we see starting pitching really come to the forefront. And this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
I've not witnessed a perfect game.
Line drive to center field. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Why would I say that?
And this is where, as a team leader, he needs to set the example. These guys are down, but they're not out of this. He comes through with a solid base hit that hopefully might just jumpstart this offense a bit.
And prior to the first pitch, he'll look to first. And the runner will get back standing.
Keeping him close.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Daniel Murphy will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Ready with the 0-2. Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1.
One out,
There's
they
our
got
line
their
score
first
through the
hit.
first 4.5, and
the
these
fifth
guys have
inning
basically
here.
had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. Now to the plate, Wilson Ramos. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he lays off there, 1-0. One 0 pitch is right there, but ruled the ball. 2-0.
Well, two very good takes here. You can see they're trying to get him to hit something on the ground, but he's going to make him bring something up.
And little doubt about that one. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
Oh, and that's a dangerous pitch right there. But in the end, it worked out well for him. I don't think he was looking breaking ball, and that turned out to be a beauty.
All even now, 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Well, so much for being thrown out of rhythm by that leadoff single. Doesn't seem to have affected him one bit. Come back with 2 straight strikeouts, and now he's turned things around in this inning.
First delivery to him on the way. Jason Worth is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Danger here, as this is a guy who can make this a 1-run game.
And if he does, make him do it out to right field. I wouldn't give him anything he can pull.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Too high. 1-2.
All right, so he sort of wasted one up right there. Now I think we'll see a breaking ball down in the zone.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. One left for Washington. They trail it here 3-0. Ben Zobrist will get settled in here as the Cubs look to get it going in their half of the sixth. Gonzalez gets the side. Here comes the first pitch. Drilled on the ground to short. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth.
The batter,
Jorge Soler will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other APs behind him.
And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike.
And I wish more guys would pitch like this. I mean, look at that pitch count right there. That is really low for this stage of the game, and it's because he's throwing strikes and challenging guys.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. 1-2. Here it comes. And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning. Tommy La Stella digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat.
La Stella.
Fly ball heading for the alley. And this is going to find the gap for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. This one for extra bases. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
And now another base runner for him to contend with now. And as we bring up his line, you can see that's an even 10 hits against him so far. And you have to wonder how much longer they're going to let him stay out there.
So a runner at second, 2 down now, and stepping in now is the catcher, Miguel Montero. First pitch coming, here it is. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Thought that was going to be a ball. Wasn't.
This is hit the other way out toward left field.
Yeah.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Danny Espinoza will come in now to start things out here in their half of the 6th as they look for a reversal of fortunes here. The first 5 innings have not been particularly kind to them.
Yeah, and I think that's putting it mildly. Just 1 hit in these first 5 innings. They're going to need to do a better job of finding good pitches.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His first homer so far in the series, and the Nationals are on the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
And even though this is only 1 run, this is important. Not just because it gets them on the board, but also because they needed something to get the dugout going a bit. Give them some life.
Clint Robinson will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. That home run a moment ago measured out at 427 feet. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Chopped weakly to the left. Montero is up with it on to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Center fielder,
Ben Revere digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, strike 1. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
All afternoon long, this is what we've seen. Guys have just dug their own hole up there by going after pitches that aren't strikes.
swing, and he
Get
pops him
him.
up over toward foul territory.
Nope, never mind.
And that's going to land
can't
foul.
fucking catch
0-2, here it comes. Oh, and he's really got the
There you
strikeout
go.
pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game.
9 strikeouts.
Anthony Rendon will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ball game so far. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Goodness.
Well, if you're
0-2
just tuning
now.
in, they scored 1 here in the 6th inning.
Swing and a miss. Blew the
10
fastball right
strikeouts now
by
for
him, and the
Hamill.
inning is over. The sights and sounds of a day at the ballpark. Oh, my goodness. Back with more from Game 3 after this. Back here at Nationals Park. On to the 7th now in Game 3, but before it gets underway, we take a look at our game summary through the first 6. Felipe Rivero is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Felipe.
Jason Hamill steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. Into the seats, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
Got in his kitchen big time right there.
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. High in the air.
Don't tell me I just hit a damn
Revere is
home
under
run.
it. Makes the
Okay.
play, 1 away.
Yeah.
The batter number 20.
Dexter Fowler will stand in.
And
One
it's
of
in
the
a
few
home
guys
run.
not to join the hit parade so far. First pitch of the at-bat. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to
Freaking
make
hate
the
that.
play for out number 2.
22.
Jason Hayward will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lifted the other way to left center. Worth is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over.
Ladies and
3 up, 3 down. Bryce Harper will dig in for the 3rd time now. He struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips.
right fielder. Right.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
And he struck him out.
11
And there's strikeout
strikeouts.
number 11 in the ball game.
Damn.
Now batting. First
Well, in
baseman.
case you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot of these so far. 11 for him in the contest all told, as he just continues to mow down the opposing lineup here late into the ball game.
We're gonna play all 11. Really? Alright, well.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
This guy just continues to pound the strike zone. He's thrown a first pitch strike to 90% of the batters he's faced. Look how late we are
Good
into this
tune.
ball game, and that's the difference for him.
Good tune.
We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score.
Oh shit,
He's
Sarah.
just rolling
Wow.
right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game.
Wow.
Well, if you're just tuning into this game and you're wondering what's going on so far,
Second
well, here's the
baseman.
last 4 guys that have come to the plate. Here they are in order, and he's set down all 4 of those guys, all via the strikeout.
Damn.
Daniel Murphy will come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3, 4, 5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that
One
man out
hit.
there on the
I
mound.
mean, one
He's held his
run,
ground,
2
and he
hits.
may get through the teeth
So
of this
the-
lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Nationals.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
And there's number 8. 1 away.
Throws him for strike 3, and that retires
Strike
the
out the
side.
side.
So add one more name to the record book here as he strikes out the side on 9 pitches. Anthony Rizzo comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless.
Good.
Hit hard up the
There's
middle.
a base
And
hit,
there's a
number
base hit,
11.
so a chance to
for
add a
the
little
Cubs.
insurance here as the leadoff man is on to start the 8th.
Now batting.
At the plate, Addison Russell. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometime.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. 8th inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score.
I've not scored since the second inning.
And he falls behind 0-2. Now we'll snap one off over to the bag. And he's back standing. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And that'll be another base hit as it's through into left, so it's 2 straight knocks to start the 8th. Ben Zobrist stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. This gets foul. It's 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Anxious moments all over the ballpark now. These folks can hardly bear to watch.
And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him.
Oh, and even though that's not intentional, as a hitter, you still hate to see that ball up around your eyes.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Espinosa on to first, and they get them both.
Well, there's the pitcher's best friend right there. You know, nothing gets you off the hook after back-to-back singles, quite like a double play ball to that third guy.
In is Jorge Soler. Oh, and this is lined into right center field. That's a base hit. Trotting in to score is the runner from third, and that'll push the lead up to 3 here in the 8th. Tommy La Stella steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up the team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
And the sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. And he is in there. Miguel Montero gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this one. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2.
And now here, 1-2. This is where you need your best pitch. You've got to strand that runner out there at second base and keep the deficit just at 3.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Still 2-2. 2 down, runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Only one in the inning for the Cubs. Not too many more. Wilson Ramos will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
Struck him out and make it 14 punch-outs now in the game.
We've talked about it already, but this has just been an absolutely dominating performance out there. That's 14 strikeouts.
Here's Jason Worth. As he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike one.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Hit the home run.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Do you even bother with anything else here?
No, I sure wouldn't. As a hitter, you're thinking,
15.
Fastball, adjust for an off-speed pitch. And so far in this at-bat, he hasn't made any adjustments. Pretty stress-free inning so far. 2 batters, 6 pitches, and 2 strikeouts.
Danny Espinoza will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
Right there for strike one. Hit hard but foul. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. And here comes Dusty out toward home plate as it looks like we're going to see a double switch here. Yusmeiro Petit come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Jason Hamill swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1.
Yeah, not a real good effort there. That pitch was never going to be a strike.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. A quick out number 1. Into the box now, Dexter Fowler. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
Yeah, the left side not really his strength when it comes to contact. Not sure I like this matchup.
Launched to right field and deep. Harper racing back, but he won't get to it. It drops in behind him, and he's in there safely. He's got a double.
Yeah, real good extension on the swing that time as he goes out and gets that ball.
Last inning,
You'll see the right fielder's got no shot at this one as it's over his head and one off the wall out there. That's going to allow him to coast into second with an easy double.
Jason Hayward is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. 0-1 count and the pitch. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Long run, but he tracks this one down out there for the second out. Nice play. Anthony Rizzo steps in. He scored after reaching on a single his last time up.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
And ball 4 now as he'll take first on the intentional walk. Stepping up to the plate, Addison Russell. Already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. Hit down the third base line, but a foul ball here, 0-1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2. Squared that one up just a little late. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Revere going back at the track.
It is off the wall.
Just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. The runner from second crosses the plate.
Well, this was going to get one home easily, and I thought that they might get 2 out of this. You're going to see this ball bangs off the wall.
There's 2 outs anyway, but
second runner at third
I
base.
don't know if he was going to catch it.
Double with a chance now.
Now he's in the
maybe
wrong
bring
green.
home a couple more.
Again.
And there's the 4th wide one, so they'll go after the next guy with a force at any base here and 2 men gone. Jorge Soler comes to the plate looking to deliver with the bases loaded and 2 men gone.
Well, these are those situations that kids go through in the backyard. Bases juiced, 2 outs. He needs to stay within himself and just focus on making good contact.
Oh, what a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
And here's the ball hit in the air. Zimmerman is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases loaded jam by giving up just 1 run. Cubs pick up a... Striding in to start the ninth, Stephen Drew, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Very weakly on the ground. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Hamill into the wind, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. So it's a solo home run for Stephen Drew. His first homer here in the series, and it's now a 5-2 game.
These guys, they can get you from anywhere. I mean, that's the number 9 hitter here, and he's taking one over the wall. You sure don't get a lot of easy outs with this lineup.
Here's Ben Revere. As he'll take a look at ball 1.
Strike. Come on.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Oh, and he lays one down here, and this is going to be a tough play. Throw not in time. That will go as a bunt single.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
Anthony Rendon ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your time to the plate. You can't be predictable out there, or he'll take advantage.
Bryce Harper steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1.
And these guys already have 1 home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. That fastball's too much for him there. 1-2.
They haven't been afraid of coming right after this guy. They've made him have to swing the bat.
A little low. It's 2-2.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful not to give up yet another home run here in this inning. So you can see they're approaching with caution.
Good job to spoil that one away.
Hopefully
and he stays alive.
Putting this guy
Runner
in.
at first here, 1 man out. And another one.
17
Strikeout number
strikeouts.
17 in the ball game as he keeps racking them up.
Well, the strikeout pitch has certainly been there for him all afternoon, and this, in fact, is the third time he's victimized this guy.
Alright, one more out.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 2 out with the man at first. And this is going to be a foul ball. Now a swing and a fly ball.
Stand here.
And foul. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Hit hard back up the middle. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
And you just had the feeling that even though they were down to their final strike, they were not going to go down easily. And now they're going to keep this game alive for at least one more batter.
Pickoff move to second, just keeping him close.
Keeping an eye on him.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Daniel Murphy is next as he
Home
finds
run
himself
ties
behind
him.
0-1. And they'll try and end it here with an even 100 pitches. And there's a called strike 2 as now they're down to their final strike this afternoon.
Right back, same pitch, also knee high. He wasn't buying that one either. He's going to have to do something now. He's down 2 strikes.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. Looking for the complete game. Here's the pitch.
In this
hit
ball
hard.
game
Russell's got it.
is
Throw on to
over.
first will be in time to get him. And the Cubs are going to help this series hold form. All 3 games won by the visitors so far as this one is over.
Well, we talked about how they needed a good outing out of this guy. And he gave them that and even more, finishing off the complete game victory.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a dominating performance out there. Look at all the strikeouts. I mean, they just couldn't touch him.
Yep.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 5-2. So long from Washington.